Oh my goodness. This is the first mold making tutorial series I ever did for TikTok, and it's also like basically the first time I ever made a mold. So little baby dice maker Sam was just fully confident in her skills and was like, I'm gonna make a mold for basically the first time in my life. I should do it as a tutorial so I can teach other people. Oh, the confidence. And this was like 10 videos. They were all like 30 seconds each. It was ridiculous. Okay, so here I'm using hot glue to attach probably packing tape. Yeah, packing tape to the bottom of the PVC coupler. So I still use hot glue, but now I use Cricut transfer tape. It doesn't have like the little lines where you see, like packing tape is this thick or however, so it creates like little lines in the mold. So see right there, it's all like wrinkly. So transfer tape, you can get like a flatter surface and you don't have to like flip it over. You can literally like tape it down from top down. So use transfer tape. Don't use packing glue. What else? I was talking over it. So I did put Vaseline inside the coupler. You can kind of see it there. But then after I put the masters down on the packing tape, I'm putting Vaseline on the packing tape. I don't know why. You don't need to do that. Don't do that. This is an unnecessary step. Okay, this is Dragon Skin 20. I hate this silicone. It's great. It's super strong and it doesn't tear and it holds up really well, but it hurts when you are mixing it. So I'm mixing here by volume and I'm just doing equal parts. I now measure my silicone by weight, but here I'm doing by volume. Because again, I didn't know what I was doing. Here we go. I'm going to stir. Oh, I have it in a bowl of hot water. I don't do that anymore. That's actually kind of smart. I think especially for dragon skin because it's so thick. So, and then I made it pink. And then, okay, so here I'm using a paintbrush to put the silicone inside the numbers. I don't do that anymore either. I think somebody told me to, and I was like, yeah, that sounds super smart. You should do that. I don't do that anymore. I am pouring very high up though and very slow. I still do it that way because it just gives it a chance to get into like all the numbers and all the crevices. So I still do that. I know it looks fast. This is sped up. I don't remember how fast this video was sped up. I did slow it down a little for the purpose of this. Into the pressure pot, it's sideways, whatever. This was the video was originally like this. So, okay, here we go. So I took it out of the pressure pot and my daughter was helping, I guess. So I took off the transfer tape. This is the video. When I first started on TikTok, a lot of my video quality was really bad and I had to contact support a whole bunch of times and they finally fixed it. I don't know. So here I am cleaning off any of the excess silicone that like got onto the face of the masters. And then I'm cleaning up around the mold with a cuticle remover tool. I still do this on my molds. This is best practice. It doesn't just make your molds look good. It actually does help with like the cap and have like a better seal. So you just do that. Apparently I wanted to show the entire process to TikTok. Okay, there we go. And then I'm just cleaning off the top with an alcohol wipe and then cutting in keys. Very important to cut in keys. Not only does it make the lid only go on one way so that the numbers are always in the right direction, it also helps ensure like a tighter seal on the lid. So very important to cut keys. I think I'm doing 3 here. It's a good number. 3 is good. They're terrible. My cutting is not good. It hasn't really improved. Okay, I'm using Vaseline on the coupler again on the inside so that I can get the mold back out. And then I'm putting it on the top of the mold so that when I pour the silicone on top, the silicone doesn't fuse together. And then I was very paranoid, so I also spent way too much time cleaning off the numbers with isopropyl alcohol, which I think wiped off some of the silicone, if I do recall. Here we go. Measure it again. Good old Dragon Skin 20. Stir until your arm hurts. Go, go, go. I use Baby Dino now. Stir, stir, stir. Let's go. This is the least. Some people buy like tools for mixing silicone. I just complain. I find that that's really the best way. And then a different color mica powder on the lid. I think the biggest reason I do mica powder in the silicone is just so that I can see when it's really evenly mixed. I think it's actually more about that than looking pretty. It does help me make sure that it's mixed really well. Here I am with the paintbrush again. I don't do that anymore. All right, high and slow. That is correct. You should still do it. This looks very fast. I'm going slow. It took a very long time, if I do recall. And then it's going to go back in the pressure pot. I didn't mention it before. I think Dragon Skin 20 cures for like 4 hours. That's a good cure time for me. I was doing 30-minute cure times for a while, and I had a lot of problems because I don't work that fast. Here we go. Even though I put silicone on the inside of the PVC coupler, I could not get this mold out. I do remember that it took me forever. I think I actually even cut some of that out. Here we go. The lid is a little bit cleaner, so I'm using the cuticle tool again. Here is just for vanity. This doesn't matter for function. Oh, yeah. Yeah, it's fused together. Yep. So that's where I said I think I wiped off too much of the silicone when I went crazy with the isopropyl alcohol. It is all fused together. Here we go. It was a functional mold, though. I used this for quite some time. But it is, yep. There we go. It's ugly. This mold is one of the ugliest molds I've ever made. But it was functional. I used it for a while. This was my first ever set of masters, too. My husband actually 3D printed them for me on his resin printer. And they were not great. Like, my D6 was not like a perfect cube. I feel like it was really wonky. Well, more on that later. But getting the masters out of the mold the first time always takes a little bit of effort. Oh, and then here I'm making a set of dice. That's the best way to see if your mold worked, is to make a set of dice. This set was really pretty, too. I think I named it after, like, a D&D deity. I think it was part of my first ever shop update. And it was a functional mold, despite being super ugly. One of the ugliest molds I've ever made. But, you know, for the first time ever really making... I say really, because I think I tried once before I, like, even had a pressure pot. But, yeah. If you want to see more of this nonsense, I'm going to be doing the Dice Maker's Diary every Friday and just talk about old stuff I used to do. And I'll have more tutorial videos every Monday, and Wednesday I'm probably just going to do whatever I want. But if you liked this video, please click like or subscribe and just come back soon. I'll be here. Bye!